how you do that. How did you do that?
While we're out here, my biggest rule, guys, is you just gotta follow me exactly as I go. Just stay in my bubble trail, everything's gonna be good. But if I do make a big swooping turn, guys, no cutting corners or anything like that. Also keep in mind it's not a race out here. Even if it was, I would win, and I promise you that. Anyway, guys, you can start your skis up and we'll play follow the leader out to the ride area.
Okay. Kind of hard to get used to, huh?
Everyone feeling a little comfortable?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a couple pointers, guys. It is very similar to riding a car. The first thing is, you know how your acceleration on a car has to be consistent. You can't really whiskey throttle like this. You can't go from nothing to full bore.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like just treat this like an accelerator in a car.
Okay.
And also, you don't drive a car down the road like this, you know. So
Yeah.
you don't drive the jet ski like
Okay.
this.
Okay.
Just small little corrections even when you're turning. It is going to be enough to turn the vessel, I can promise you that much.
Okay.
important boundary, guys, is right behind me, those power lines.
Yeah.
Just stay on this side of those power lines, okay?
All right.
There's some rocks over there. You can probably see a couple of them. Yeah, you definitely don't want to hit a rock going 40 miles an hour. It doesn't end well. I can fix the jet skis. I can't fix you guys. So.
Yeah.
But you see the 3 poles at the end of the power lines there. If you're heading out to those mangrove islands, don't go past those.
Okay.
For me. Also, guys, you see this green roof condo right here? Don't go on the other side of that. So just stay on this side of those.
Okay.
It might be a little much to take in, but I just made a big old square for you guys. Anywhere you guys go in this square, you're gonna be safe.
Okay.
But everything else really is fair game. 360s, 720s, all those cool things. If you happen to do a backflip and I see it, I'll pay for your tour, okay?
Oh my
You know that ain't gonna never happen.
Anyway, guys, just practice space for me while we're out here. You guys, I know you're going to be successful at it. I only really have to say stuff this for like big groups of friends and family, but try not to splash each other with the jet skis or play chicken with each other. No 50-mile-an-hour high fives, you know.
Wow, they do that?
That one's
oh
a
my
true
God.
story, believe it or not. It did not end well for a couple of spring breakers last year, I can tell you that much.
Wow. Is that like
Termitus is just a water sports company, the same as us. They have larger vessels than we do. The only boats my company has are like pontoon boats and stuff. But other companies like Fury, Sunset, and Sebago, they have those big catamarans like that, and they all have a sail on them. Most of the time they don't use the sail. They just got engines on it. But it looks like they're about to put their sail up there in a couple seconds. Anyway, guys, a lot of boats do come through here. We're driving past Sunset Key. This is a man-made island, like I said. Also, definitely the lifestyle of the rich and famous out here in the Keys today. A lot of real estate for sale on this island, guys. Celebrities have owned property out here. Just to name a few, Shaq O'Neal, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Kenny Chesney, Calvin Klein, Oprah Winfrey even has owned property out here.
Hey, babe, how you do that? How did you do that?
It's all right. Come on. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all right.
Woo!
Oh man, that was something. That shit was so big.
Yeah, this part of the Gulf is actually super extra mega salty.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
See all those trees that were on Christmas Tree Island there. They're called mangroves.
Okay.
And they're one of the only salt tolerant plants, meaning they filter out the water, and they actually consume the H2O that's in the salt water, but they separate the salt from the water, and they put all the salt that they consume into one of their leaves, and that leaf like turns yellow, and then they shed it, and then all the salt that was in that leaf gets returned back to the ocean.
Oh, okay.
It makes everything super, super salty. But it also makes the water in the Gulf.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm guessing this the area that you said gonna be a little choppy. Yeah.
The waves, man, they're intimidating sometimes.
Yeah.
But they do call these things wave runners, you know, so they can go right over the waves, so you don't really have to be nervous. It's just that I like to keep people comfortable, you know.
Yeah.
But if you check our guy over here, he's got a new haircut, a new hairdo already.
Took off the hat.
Like this is gonna fly off.
Yeah.
Y'all be hitting it
It's
though.
all good. It's all good. But right behind you guys, this is a national park right here. That brick building right there, that's Fort Zachary Taylor. One of the 3 Civil War forts that's on Key West. So this area has been military active for a while. But as we've been traveling through here, guys, we've been traveling in around 60 to 80 feet of water.
Really?
Okay?
No.
Yeah, it wasn't originally this deep, guys. They dredged out this whole area, meaning they were just digging up raw material and stuff, just to make it deeper so big barges, research vessels, Coast Guard boats can make it through the channel safely. Most of these rocks that you see on the coastline used to be at the bottom of the ocean.
Wow.
But they used all this raw material here to add on to Key West. So most of Key West is actually man-made, around 2/3 of Key West. But everything you see on the other side of Fort Zach, all this stuff is man-made. They did all this building in around the 1920s, guys. But Fort Zach, before then, it used to be its own standalone key, but they filled everything in. But it's kind of funny because Key West is man-made, it's actually sinking a little bit.
Really?
So in the wintertime, if you guys make it down here in the wintertime, there's a thing called the king tides around then. And there's actually like an inch and a half to an inch of seawater in the streets down here.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
but it's only because it's man-made. But natural keys like Fort Zach, they're not really sinking at all. But everything west of the most southern point of America is man-made pretty much. If you guys have made it to the most southern point yet. But including these 2 islands out here behind me, guys, both of those islands are man-made as well. The first one you can see is Sunset Key.